Let's have a little story time. So, a couple months back, a loved one of mine moved into a pad split. And just as a disclaimer, I was not representing them as a realtor. It's just when you rent a room out of a house. It's a really nice house. It has like 8 bedrooms. It's huge. It's in a great area. But the first time I went into the room, I was just immediately uncomfortable. And I didn't know how to say it. I was very blunt, especially because I could be. I was saying this as a loved one, not as their agent. And I was just like, someone died here. That was the only way I could explain the feeling it gave me. It wasn't anything about the feng shui. Like, it's oriented fine. There was no furniture, so it's not even like it was set up weird. And the light was really bright, yet I just felt like it was cold, and dark somehow. And the best way I can explain it is that being in there gave me sadness. It wasn't anything about the way the room looked where I was sad for them to be living there. It was just like you enter the room and suddenly you just have some sadness come over you. And over time, like very quickly, I just came to notice I did not become any more comfortable in there. Initially, we talked about how maybe it's because it's empty, and it's like hardwood floors, so maybe that's why it felt cold, so to speak. But I was just like, no, like that's not it. Eventually, of course, it was furnished. We put some rugs down, and I just still felt like I wasn't able to relax. And it came to the point where spending time with this person, I was just like, yeah, let's get together, but not at your house. I'm sorry, I just like didn't feel comfortable there for some reason. And I made a big fuss of it at first. I was just like, you don't feel that? Like, how do you not feel that? And I don't know what to call it. I don't know what each person believes in, but I was just like, it makes me feel weird. I don't know how else to say it. But a couple months have passed, and I had a realtor friend say that they need to get rid of furniture for one of their sellers, and it was free. So I was like, hey, these are the pictures. This is what they have to give away. If you're interested, go ahead and connect with the listing agent. So they did, had their dad come over, pick up the extra furniture, and bring it over. And then they messaged me and they said, hey, so when we were moving the extra furniture into the room, I ran into one of the other roommates in the house, and you won't guess what they said. And I was like, what, that they had some furniture that they could have given you, or that they're trying to get rid of and you didn't have to go across town for that? And he was like, no, he asked me if anyone had told me what happened to the person who lived in that room before me. And I was like, well, I could have told you that. I did tell you that. And so it was kind of ironic, so to speak, not haha funny, but it was kind of ironic because that was the only way I could, in a straightforward manner, explain the way that room made me feel. It made me feel like someone had died there. So that was just kind of wild, like as a realtor, we can't go off feelings or vibes or our own personal beliefs. We go off of material facts and what we understand to be important and count as material fact, which would be anything that makes a difference in the use or value of a home for our clients. So, if I walked into that room as someone's agent and I felt like someone had died there, I can't say that. It's what they feel, what they want, and then we go off material fact. But just having this experience with a loved one where those were the words I said, come to find a couple months later that is what actually happened, that was just wild to me. So what do you guys think? Like, what do you personally believe in? Have you ever shown a client a place or went to your family member's home not as their agent and you just had this feeling? Have you had that feeling in your own home? I certainly have. In the past, it was not fun. But yeah, just wanted to take a minute to share. Let me know what you think.